What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jason the X back with another review, and today I'm taking a look at the Bandai Namco Super Action Version Kyoryujin from Super Sentai Kyoryuger. I did not think that I was going to be getting new Kyoryuger toys, and I know I'm messing up the sound of it. New Kyoryuger toys in 2023, but Nate got this thing. And I gotta admit, I really liked it. I'm loving that they're moving away from, I don't know if I'm loving it. It's moving away from gimmicks in these mecha to just posability because, you know, robot technology toys have come a long way. So yeah, this is a very articulated version of Kyoryujin. It's really good. It's not the DX version though. Before anybody starts saying, oh, it's better than the DX version. DX version has, you know, sounds, music, it's a little bit bigger. So, but this is a good starting point because, you know, we've dealt with mecha from Super Sentai over the years. Usually just the arms, and that's about it. This thing does so much more. So let me go ahead and get Stoi and Jakira and Jakira out of the way, and we'll take a look at the box that it comes in. This is a massive box for a toy that is not that big, but I do love the artwork on here, well, just the posing of the toy, because we only see this in the cartoon. So, moving over, we have the top of the box. We have a Kyoryuger's on here, up here. To the side, you get a look at the mecha. Him posing, kind of like in a vanilla pose here. Look at the same poses on the top of the box. And on the back, just like everything this thing can do. Very, very nice. It's certainly more posable. We're going to get into that because I did pull Kyoryujin off the shelf, so we're going to take a look at him once he gets in the frame. But also the combination for the king-ohger series. We only get 3 of the mecha in this box, so no green and black. But I mean, it's very cool. Good presentation. You got everything down here. Very colorful, but you know. It's a box, so let's look at the mech themselves, bringing them in. Just gonna move my camera a little bit closer here. So we've got Jakira, Stoi, and Jakira, and wow, they're really small. So just let's get this out of the way real quick. Here is the DX Jakira. And as you can see, a lot bigger, but there's going to be other things you're noticing here. The head is flat over here. You can't see it. It's just right behind Jakira's head. The Kyoryujin head is right here. None of the clips on the front because we don't do that combination. This button doesn't work. You know, this one, you know, will do stuff. Got the Judenchi sitting in his mouth. He does not have the Judenchi. None of them can even fit Judenchis. Their mouths are far too small for it. And also, they just kind of hinge up. I think the American version did that where they just hinged up and you put the little smaller Judenchis in. So I can actually see this as a mecha for the US just because it is hyper-articulated. It's a little bit smaller and it doesn't have all those electronic features that we never get with Super Sentai mech here. But as you can see, they do look the same, smaller size. Oops, you can actually put the clips in on this guy though. And of course the Kyoryujin head is right there. This doesn't come off, it doesn't do anything, it just stays right there. But you do get the collapsed legs. You don't have to fold down this portion like you would Kyoryujin. It's just right there. So yeah, a little bit more basic looking, but if you got this mech, you know this is pretty much what it does. It does this, and you've got the little gimmick where the head crest pops up right there. But that's about it. It doesn't do anything else. This one, however, of Jakira, the mouth opens and it stays open. It clicks open if you can hear that. And as you can see, the first part of the head is on a ball joint. This portion is actually going to work more in the combined mode, but you do get a shoulder joint here, but he can move that head all the way to the side. But you got this nice ball joint. Also, this shoulder pauldron will move up and down, so you can get his head back quite a bit. The legs, we've got articulation at the ankles, ball joints at the ankles. They're a little bit shallow this way, but you can go all the way, forward and back. The legs themselves will move back and forth. You do have some visible hands here, but this will also collapse in. So you can kind of get some running poses out of him. Let me just get him back there. So you can see he can like get some more posing in. And that's just for Jakira. It's pretty good. This is what this thing was all about. So it's the full action version. So I gotta say, it does move around, and I like how it looks, even if it is a little bit limiting. And it's not supposed to be the DX version, because the DX version does a whole bunch of stuff. This one does a lot of stuff too, and I'm really torn with what I prefer. But let's look at the other three, the two mecha that come with it. All right, moving on, we're gonna take a look at Stoi, and it is very small, very small. The mouth will open. You can also knock off the shield, apparently. So it only opens about that far. As you can see, there's no area for Jujinshi inside, because that is actually a joint in there. It's going to plug into Jakira's little arms to make Kyoryujin. But yeah, this will still come off. You can still make the sword. The handle does not rotate like on the other version, but you can also still make the shield. So you got that. And you can put it up a little bit like as if you did put the Jujinshi in his mouth, because that was its feature. You put the Jujinshi in and this pops up. And there you go. One side's got screw holes. This is going to be the side that you won't see on the mecha. So this side is completely clear. The legs do not move and collapse like the other mech. But you still got some nice paint apps and everything. You got the silver in there. There could be more silver along here, but comparing him to the other Stoi, oh, he didn't have that silver either, so I don't really see the problem here. But yeah. He had the screw holes on this side too. So there you go. Quite a big difference in size, but of course, the main thing is missing the action feature where the Jujinshi is inside. That Jujinshi shot out of there. But that feature would just lift this little spike on his head. And as you can see, also the spike is a lot longer as far as the blade on here. Let me get that on camera. Like this spike only goes down to like maybe the first fin, but this one goes all the way down. So you get basically a longer sword out of it too. And here's that rotating handle. Of course, that one doesn't do it, but you don't really need it. It was a feature. So let's take a look at Jakira. And moving on, we have Jakira. Does look good. Same thing. You got the hand you can always see in the back. The horn weapon will flip over, and this part will extend, like it used to do when you put the Jujinshi in its mouth. Once again, just a ball joint, well, a place that a ball joint is going to fit into in there. But yeah, I mean, you still have the action feature, just no Jujinshi to put in, which I still think is pretty cool that they replicated that. You've got screw holes on this side, because this is the side you're going to see. Once again, the legs don't move. Moving on to Jakira here, the DX version. Quite a difference in size, but as I was saying, you know, you have the feature where you just kind of put that in and pops out the back, put the head down, and this can still go all the way back. But like I said, the one thing you're missing is, and I kind of wish that they had left that at least, where you could collapse the legs so you get that design. But as you can see, they put it on here anyway, even though that's not how it's represented. So they got it in there. I just wish the legs could still collapse, just so it looked a little better. You have these little spindly little legs, because I mean, this is basically one piece, no articulation except for up here and with the drill bit. But yeah, it does look good, and it's all gonna look good together. So bringing these guys in, we're gonna start the combination because it's really cool. And I actually do have the king-ohger mech, and I'll be showing that off in a later video. I mean, y'all have seen king-ohger. I haven't. I've been kind of behind on my Super Sentai. But anyway, you want to press the button at the bottom right here, and that will extend the leg down and lock it into place. So if you just press it and then pull it down, as you can see, it locks in. Take Jakira's legs, bring them down. Bring these up. Rotate at the waist. This guy's going to get really big. So you got pretty much the bottom half. Take the tail piece off. Bring my camera up a little bit. Make sure he's standing up straight. You want to take these and just kind of rotate them out. Move this up. Take Stoi, open his mouth, and you can just connect him. So there's that joint, that peg here that's going to go right in there. The peg's on. Jakira, extend the tail, bring the horns over for the mouth. And that pegs in right there. Take the tail. And with the tail piece, you have these little tabs here that pop down. And you open it up, and that's got its cape. You got 2 clips on the back. Put those in there. And then you can rotate the head around. And this will actually tilt up and down thanks to that joint where those pop out. And then last but not least, you take the sword, pop it out, place it in his hand, and there you have the super action Kyoryujin in his mecha mode. And I gotta say, this thing is so awesome. Just coming around just to show off some of the posability. Let me see if I can my camera, because I got to put this far back. So there he goes. So starting at the bottom, we have these ball joints at the feet. I mean, it's shallow, but it'll get you something. There you go. You can go side to side, back and forth. We have, well, we have the rotation joint, but it's not really meant to be used in robot mode. We do have some knees that'll do a 90 degree. We have thigh rotation. If we get his arms out of the way, you get the full Van Damnation there. Like I said, rotation on the hips. The tail piece will hinder, but this is a 360 degree joint. Go back and forth pretty far. Oh, must hit the button. Waist rotation, no ab crunch or anything. Moving up, we have no wrist articulation, but we do have 90 degree elbows. We have a bicep swivel. Shoulder rotation. You will have to bring them out a little bit to get the shoulder rotation in there because the cape will get in the way. And you've got butterflies that'll go that far in. I mean, look at them. And these are really nice. Just really get some of the dynamic posing, which we'll see later on. And the head is on a very shallow ball joint. But I mean, you've got something. We came from nothing to something. We started at the bottom, now we're here. No button. I said these clips are fake here. And there are a couple of the other things this guy can do to combine with the king-ohger mech. But I gotta say, this super action version of these mecha, I think we could do wonders with this. I have a list of mecha I would want with this. I'm looking at what's Dekorobo up there. Man, I want Dekorobo to be more articulated. I mean, we've got like the Zap Megazord and we've got the Chogokin one, but our old, I don't think Legacy had, not Legacy, yeah, Legacy had a couple in there, but man, if you look at all the mecha that we have now, it's pretty much just the R's. This guy has got it all. He can just nail these poses. Like, look at that, the downward slash. Almost just took me no time. I mean, we'll spend like minutes posing a toy to get that perfect picture, but look at that. This guy's amazing. The king-ohger mech is also, I mean, we saw with the Dawn Brothers mech where they were starting to get more posability. I never reviewed it, but the king-ohger mech impressed me so much that I had to have, and then I saw this guy. And I was like, I have Kyoryujin, but man, this looks so much better. This is great for taking photos. It can move around. This is what mecha should be doing nowadays. And honestly, this is what Hasbro should be doing. Nate and I were discussing that on the podcast, that this is exactly what Hasbro should be doing with its mecha. Take a page from what Bandai is doing, guys. Let's cut that deal and let's start putting mecha out there that look like this. And honestly, this guy's a very fair price too. I mean, this is probably the best price point with inflation and everything that you can get a superposable mech at. So let's get on it. I mean, they just released that Cosmic Fury Megazord, and wow, I saw that thing. It just looks bad. It looks bad, man. And last but not least, we have them compared to the Bandai DX Kyoryujin. And like I said, this thing, the arms move. Yeah, you can move the joints at the bottom, but you're not going to get a lot of posing out of it. They move. It's not posable. They just move. But as you can see, it is a little bit bigger. You're not going to get all the electronics and all the happy songs that this one plays. But I have to say, there is a place for mecha like this. Maybe it is time to get away from the gimmick so much and move on to an actual functional robot, something that can move around, something that can be played with, but doesn't have, you know, it kind of sits there and it does things, but this can be moved around and taken pictures of. This guy, he's got the arms. That's it. We got ratchet joint there, ratchet joint there, ratchet joint. I also like how they did this portion where the head is not like pinned in to these. It is free floating. It's on a ball joint. This is a great mech, and if you can find him, I mean, get him, because he's not that expensive and he does pretty awesome. I did get mine from Amazon Japan. It took a little bit to get here, but I gotta say it was worth the wait, especially since I got the king-ohger mecha along with it. This is a new era of Super Sentai mecha, and I am here for it, guys. So the full action version of Kyoryujin, I'm definitely giving a 5 out of 5. It's just that good. I don't miss the gimmicks. I do wish they had maybe folded in the legs a little bit. Otherwise, this is a really good mecha, and it's worth your money. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We got more stuff coming out on the super cool, I can't even say the Super Cool Nerd Show channel. So make sure you check it out. Otherwise, I'm Jason the X, and until next time, guys, I will catch you later.